really. So I will start with Goliath. That's the box for the Goliath. Obviously everything is shrink up, so I have to remove the shrink.
Well, they're asking for the Stalker. I see a lot.
Stalker. Large box. Stalker. They might not hear me though. So Szymon...
I think they hear you decently well.
Daj mi jakiś ten... Okay. So that's the Stalker. Wow! Lovely box. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, I mean, they should be able to hear you just fine.
So
Audio's fine.
That's
Yeah.
a lot of release in there. We're going to start with sprues for Stalker. You're going to find 2 sprues. There are 2 models in there. So, and then 2 different individual to assemble, and also the clear plastic sprue. So that's clear plastic sprue for your shields, for any other effects, and some of the elements you have to glue it on a model itself for assembly. So here, if you want to see the quality of the sprues, let me bring it up. Okay. Inside the box, manual. So that's your manual, how to assemble Mini. Then you will find a faction cards. So unit count, upgrades, and then you have pilot council. Makes sense, yeah?
Yeah.
And then you have the bases. Now, you now need to have small bases. These small bases, because you have that element over there, you can always glue it on a small base and use as a token, just to indicate one of the Stalker effects. So that's for the Stalker. What else do you have to? Let's go with Goliath.
Will there be any narrative campaigns at launch? Ones that allow continual battles and perhaps long-term unit upgrades? Not at launch, I believe. But of course, as mentioned a bit earlier, Sam Pearson is currently working on a narrative campaign like that. But you're also more than welcome to design your own campaign and share it with others if you want to.
Yeah. So we're going to find in the Goliath box. You're going to find a miniature, obviously. So that's your lovely mini. And let me just bring it up for you. You can see all the lovely detail on that. That's one. That's the second sprue. And then you have a clear plastic sprue. You have your shield, or whatever they call it, and then different type of attack effects. So you can glue them. For aesthetics only, but yeah, that's what you're gonna get inside the box as well. And then obviously the same story, manual, and then your cards. So you get the factory card. I think you get 2 cards in there. Let me just check. Just one. Yeah. So you get the Goliath stat card, so all the stats for the Goliath, back and forth. And then you have a factory and armory. Right? Let's do Hydra. It's the Hydra box. You get 4 models in there. Any questions from over there?
Well, as always, there's a ton. Will there be a big box with inserts to house the all-in purchase? Unfortunately, no, but there will be a bundle with all the boxes together. Just no big box with inserts.
So that's your lovely hiders. So you get 3 sprues of hiders. On them you're also going to find a token. This is the battle token for the hiders model. Can you see it? Yes, I believe so. Yeah, that's the one. And then just to show you the quality of sprues, I mean you've seen loads of probably pictures and videos online, but that's what you're going to get. It's really in terms of market standard. Or what else we have over there is just basically in pair with anything else. So 3 sprues, 4 models there in the box. You're obviously going to get a manual how to assemble models.
Yeah, so someone just said hard to see how posable they will be. So all that information is going to be in the assembly manual. So I mean, I believe these assembly manuals, they should be going live before pre-orders start, right? Or
that's correct, yes. You should have them now.
Yeah, so you'll be able to check all the poses you can do before ordering.
Yeah. And then inside you also have cards. So like every single unit, you get a Hydralisk and then Hydralisk then with special skill on that. Right?
I didn't notice, so there's push fit or glue assembly. So for the initial release, we're only doing glue assembly. Push fit are a possibility, but maybe in the future, like in the very far future. We don't have plans for push fit at this moment right now. It's mainly
easier, but they're easy to assemble basically. So.
Yeah, but they are easy to assemble, yeah.
Let's do Protoss.
Pre-orders limited? No, they are not.
So I have to remove the shrink wrap from it. Obviously it's a hard box, so you get like no proper box you should expect it from this type of quality of the game. And then what you're going to find inside is a bunch of sprues. So you have your Archon sprue, and he's got a free assembly possibilities, right? So you can assemble different arms, you can assemble different heads. That model you can assemble different bases. You get 2 bases for that hero. So you can assemble the way you really want. You have a short hair, you have and also long hair, and then you have a thin other blades with that model as well. So that's that, and he also got its clear plastic sprue. We're gonna get that in a second. Then we have a sentry. So that's the sentry sprue, which is here. That's the sentry sprue. You get 2 sentries in the box.
What is the plastic? Can you use polystyrene glue on? Yeah, I mean, this is high impact polystyrene, so yeah, you can use plastic cement on these.
That's your pylon. This is the first section for the pylon before we getting the clear plastic, so that's there. That's 2 sprues of adepts, so we have 2 sprues of adepts and a clear plastic for adepts, and also you get a clear token adept, so that's the one, that's the clear one. You probably haven't seen that one yet. Just want to show you.
These look familiar. Are these the same team that makes the Conquest sprues? Yeah, we're actually the ones that manufacture for those sprues, so yeah, yeah, same team.
Then you have a Zealots, 2 sprues of Zealots. And then you have all the blades for Zealots in clear plastic, and as well as the force fields. So you can use them as tokens. I mean, these elements, we add them if you just want to have very nice looking models on the shelf without spending additional money on getting those things from third-party companies. So that's that. Then we have a clear plastic sprue for your pylon. Right? That's the pylon one. And then we have a sentry, reminding sprues for sentry, 2 of them. and then you have force fields on it, right? And then elements for sentry, so clear plastic elements for sentry. 1 and 2. And then obviously a bunch of other elements like bases, measuring stick, dice. We have other bases. Then you have a starter set, so that's the starter set cards. So you have a faction cards and then unit cards in there. Following with a manual, how to assemble models and options you have on assembly. So that's that. Then you get this element. This is basically a
it's a punch board, right?
Yeah, exactly. Your punch board with your tokens, different type of tokens you have in the game. So activation tokens, mission tokens, first player token, and faction tokens, and so buff and debuff tokens. So you get that. And this is rule reference at the moment. At the moment it's just like plain, very thin paper, but this will be changed, and it's gonna be proper cartoon. So that's your reference, rules reference document, so you can always have it. And that's about for Protoss box. So that's give you a number of models. So on the back of the box you can see how many models we actually have in there. So 0 models, and then you can see it by yourself. I'm not going to be breaking my tongue. Right? That's there. So this box is a point-wise, without even upgrades. I believe it's getting very close to 1,000 tons, which means you can play a small version of the game. So we have a small version of the game, and the small one is actually as well enjoyable as well as the large one. The default one, which we always call it like tournament or even which give you the best experience from the game is about 2,000 tons. But this box is enough. You buy one box, you assemble your models, you build your army, you play the game. You like the game, you can buy more models. You don't have to invest God knows how much money into this game in order to actually start playing. So that's that box. Should we move on now to the next one, right? And the last one. Just keep here. Right, so then we have the big boy. Now it's quite heavy. It's about 4.5-5 kilograms of goodies. Let me just open the box. So again, box, hard box, like with the board games, and that is a bit more complicated.
It's packed to the brim.
As you can see, it's just like loaded with stuff, like a lot. Like yeah, we couldn't fit all the screws in there. We wanted to have everything, like even options for Zerglings, but as you can see, that was almost impossible. So we have only one option out of 2 options, I believe, and then roaches as well. So let me just start with unaware. Okay, so bases. Let's put that on the side, and then we have clear plastic elements, but I want to combine them just to make sure that we see what we get. Let me just have them here. Okay, that's good. Okay, that's medics. So you're gonna get a sprue of medics. That's the sprue of 3 medics. And then they come with all the clear plastic elements. And we also, what we added, you haven't seen those things. Whenever we have some room on the sprue, we added small crystals. So you can use those crystals on your basing. So when you base a model, you can always stick them, and yeah, they're gonna look cool, right? So that's what matters. Well. Okay. That's your Kerrigan model, and as it is with all the models we mentioned, Kerrigan's got 2 different ways of assembly, actually 3 I would say, because you have 2 different bases for Kerrigan. Can you see them? Yeah. 2 very different bases for Kerrigan. You have Kerrigan, a battle token, obviously the model itself, so you can base it on that, but she also could be based on the Nihilus one, and we're gonna get that just in a second. I'll just place it here. What else? Zerglings. This is your sprue for Zerglings. We have actually plenty. You're going to find 1, 2, 4 small sprues for Zerglings. That's option, I think, E, F, and G. So that's 3 of them. And also token, so you get the plastic token for Barrow. We haven't mentioned, again, we had some room on the sprue, so what we added some additional elements for your sprue, for your bases. So this is like a additional creep you can have, or you can make your own creep token if you feel you need more than we're going to give you in the box. So those additional elements are on the sprues for the basics. So that's that. And then we have 4 sprues, large sprues of Zerglings, and let me just zoom it in. It's nothing to be ashamed of in terms of manufacture quality of models. So yeah, and you're gonna get that 1, 2, 3, 4. With them we have that. So only one sprue because we couldn't fit anymore for optional assembly. It's either for sword wings or raptors. So these one used for the sword wings, these ones wings used for the raptors. So you can assemble raptors out of them as well. So they clear plastic, use normal glue, by the way, normal plastic glue. You don't have to use any special glue. Everything clear here, everything clear plastic is basically okay with plastic glue, normal plastic. Yeah, then we have queen. The queen's down the bottom for the, okay, we have roaches. So, for the roaches, you're going to get 2 sprues for roaches, which one of them includes also token. That's 3 miniatures on here. And then we're going to give you additional sprue for clear plastic if you want to make corpses. So, you have option to assemble either roaches, like standard roaches, or corpses, right? I'm correct, Szymon, right?
Either vial roaches or corpses.
The vial, you don't have sprue for the vial.
Oh, sorry, okay. Yeah, that's just corpses, yeah.
Only corpses. Then, that's going to be wrong. Okay, here we have Gym Brainer. That's the Gym Brainer. Okay, this one goes for the Gym Brainer. So with Gym, again, you have 1 of 2 different bases you can assemble. Gym Brainer's got different weapons, so either it's going to be C14 or a sniper rifle. It has 2 different heads you can actually put on, and yeah, it's got a clear shield as well. Then you have a drone, so it comes with a drone. That's the other elements for the drone. So you have a flame, the bottom flame which goes on the base flame, and that one here is basically Gym Brainer clear plastic visor if you want to put on. Right, so that's Gym for you. Moving for this one and that one. So these 2 are Marauders. So you get 3 models for Marauders. And again, some clear plastic elements, including crystals for your bases. And shooting effects, right? So those rockets you can glue it in. Yeah. So again, just to show you the quality, that's just like, it's a crazy though. The quality is like, we've been really working hard on actually getting the right quality for this game. He was working, I was like only shouting. Joking. Right, then we have Marines.
Okay, so this is a comment. I appreciate all clear plastic bobs, but man, just gonna prime over and paint them to avoid the hassle of keeping them clean. Yeah, you are entirely free to do that. These are just meant to be like extra additional pieces, and also for the people that just don't paint their minis or paint them very slowly, it's just a really nice touch to have on the table, just so it looks a bit nicer.
That's your options for Marines. That's 1 sprue. Obviously, we have 2 sets of Marines in the box. That's on the sprue. And Marines, they do have a loads of options. You have bayonets, you have different weapons options, you have pistols, you have a slug thrower pistol, you have shields on it. So, and slug thrower even by the belt, grenades. So you have loads of different options you can glue in on the models. Obviously, it depends on how many upgrades you're going to purchase for Marines. You have pets, so we have a number of pets for them, so that's equal number of models, I think. And some rocket launchers, shoulder pad rocket launchers, and so on. So that's what we're going to find in terms of Marines in the box. And then, as always, clear plastic sprue for them, crystals, shooting effects. You can just stick into the enter the battle, and then vice versa. Right, so moving with that, we have a queen. Like, that's the queen. So it's only one queen model in there on 2 sprues. You get with queen clear plastic sprue, which is the what they call the back sacks, something like that. So that's for the head sacks if you want to keep it painted. And then that's your creep token. So you get like 8 creep tokens. That's enough for the game. But if you run out, you can always lose. But you shouldn't run out, and mathematically it shouldn't happen. But in general, this is 8 creep tokens, which is with that model. And then we have a worm. So that's Nidus worm, the big boy. Again, if you just want to assemble that model and keep it on a shelf, the Kerrigan's got, you can stick, that model's got slots, and on those slots you can actually glue Kerrigan, so Kerrigan can be actually kind of riding it, like from the animations for the animatic, yeah? So that's from there. And then we have terrain, so you get a bunch of terrain sprues, walls, grass. Now, terrain, you don't have to glue it, it's a push feed element. And in general, you have those slots here, you just push in those elements and that's it, and they stay flat, you don't have to do not much with it. So that's the number of terrain you're going to find. This is enough to play on a small table. If you want to play on a bigger table, because mat is a little bit bigger, you could potentially get a bit more terrain from yourself or hold it, or custom made terrain, or then it's interesting stuff. So this is a playmat you're going to get in the box. So you're gonna get this playmat with the box. It is size-wise, it is large enough to play the standard game. So standard game is 54 inches by 36 inches. So it's quite large. I'm not gonna be showing you fully because it's quite large. So, but you get the point. You get it. So it's a material, and it's very good material. It is like, once you play flat, all the creases are gone, so you can actually play on it. The miniatures really shouldn't slide, or they don't slide on it. So it's a very, very good material to actually play on it. So that's where you're going to get it inside the box. Yeah,
it's not a neoprene mat, but it is still pretty decent when it comes to playing.
Oh yeah. It's not paper.
Yeah, it's not paper. Yeah,
it's not paper. So it's much better. It's a level up from paper, but before you're going to get into very expensive stuff, which is the what's the name? The neoprene one. So I like that material a lot. We've had no issues. I mean, it's great. Then there's a bunch of additional components you will find. So all the card units, all the starter cards for the factions. I can show you some of them. So that's the cards you'll find. The deployment cards, the faction cards, sub-faction cards, and so on. Plenty of them. Then you have your mission cards, and they're double-sided, by the way. So we have for the small format and then for the standard engagement. So skirmish level we call the small format, and the standard engagement is a slightly larger format. So that's your mission cards in there. Following with all the cards for the units in the game. Can you see them? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I hope you appreciate the hard work that we actually put into those things. Lots of things. Rochlings. I didn't mention Rochlings. Oh yes, let me show you Rochlings. Well then. Hold on 1 second. Where are my Rochlings? They should be here. Yeah, there they are. Look, those tiny creatures there, they're Rochlings. So you get 3 Rochlings on the sprues. Also, with roaches. So yeah, and they are actually a unit you can spawn during the game. Then is obviously your dice. So these 6 dice, you get 2 dice, different color dice for the gameplay. Now you have a measuring stick in there. Huge assembly, but you have to have it. Otherwise you'll be able to assemble models. But yeah, you have to have it. So that's there. And then player 8, and obviously the tokens. So you get two kinds of tokens. You got Terran tokens and then Zerg tokens.